Hello again, and welcome to the Antler Crown. I am Elwyn, and this is a general reading for the week ahead for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, without any further ado, let's hop into it. No, this one. Okay. So, before I start, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, where I go live Mondays and Fridays around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm also go live doing live readings on YouTube on Wednesdays at the same time. If you would like to book a reading with me, then you can, purchase a reading, that is, on my Etsy. All the links are in the info underneath this. Thank you. Now, let's have a look. So, challenges and what to expect for some of you for the week ahead. This is... There is this kind of feeling here as almost though I'm not going to be fooled by this anymore. This sort of enough is enough for you fire signs. I'm not going to be doing this again. I'm not going to go through something again. There is the trickster and the coaxing of this down in forms of work here. Someone placating you, someone trying to just string you along with something because they have their own problems and you're kind of done with it here. The King of Wands says just as much. There is this fiery aspect here, and this is kind of where a lot of the true fire of your fire sign shows. You take this, take that, take this, take that, take that, take. You take on all these things, and then all of a sudden it's just enough is enough. And that's it. Now, what this means? Well, the Ace of Pentacles here. This sudden realization that I can change things. There is good things because of this. There is change happening because of this that you are going to implement. It's this feeling of I'm almost like I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of this. And I'm going to change now. I'm going to make it happen. This is the time for you to make it happen. Okay? The Magician, to manifest, to start creating changes, to start believing in yourself. Now, where'd it go? There it is. So, So, the star here is to follow your intuition, to follow your inner guidance almost, that what you truly want is there. You must follow it. It's a trail. It's like a trail of breadcrumbs. You must follow it. It leads to what you want because it is you who are guiding yourself. Your higher self guides you to it. Getting angry, it seems here in a way, to forms of injustice around work. There is this kind of quiet, getting angry, but then going very quiet and being like, okay, and then veering off and starting to make changes that serves your higher self. That in other words, fine, you won't give it to me, fine, I'll go and get it. I'll go and take what you won't give. This is due to this. This is due to the pains and the trials of many things. There is that moment of freedom almost, a levity coming in, tower moment almost. Fine, I'll do it myself. And this blockages, no more BS. There is, let's have a look first. Yeah. This is very different from the King of Wands, the King of Swords here. It's a bit bright. Let me see it. There is his little face. The King of Swords here is this, ready for action, ready for what comes ahead. You may be feeling a bit tired, a bit drawn out. But whatever this is, this thing that's happening in forms of work or career, it's going to reinforce the need for change even more, remind you of why you're working towards something, okay? The birth of something in forms of business, starting something in forms of business. This is where it all begins. You're starting to see forms of payoff, working with someone, working together, passing on that knowledge, teaching almost in a way, but helping one another. Two minds are better than one in this case, and maybe more than that. It's collectively not just working with someone, but also working with spirit, working with your higher self to attain what it is you truly want. Okay, now let's have a look at career, because this all seems to kind of fall into the category of work very strongly here. Work is the sort of instigator to a lot of this. The forms of injustice in many ways for some of you here that are going to sort of act as a catalyst. Now, it's not going to work for work though, because we read that. We want this. Okay. Now, okay, the devil is the necessity for something, being tied to something when it comes to work and the job itself, having to do things and sort of just kind of bite your tongue and get on with such things. But this is due to this one person in particular, forms of a boss or someone higher than this. Now, forms of finance and money where you need to kind of gain a foothold to basically free yourself in some way from this. There is a hold, there is a very controlling nature to someone here when it comes to work. This card, there is, as far as finance is concerned, something coming in for some of you. Very much so. Very much so. Something will be offered, brought in. Someone else is coming in here to help with something. Okay? This result will be a celebration. This will be good times. There will be a freedom and a reason to celebrate. Okay? There is accomplishments here as far as going after what you want and getting it. A new journey, starting off on a new chapter of something, allowing this to happen, moving on in a way, not physically, but more time dedicated to something. There is celebration. There is a cause for celebration between two people in this sense, but not relationship-wise as such, but more when it comes to business. If you are sitting out on trying to start your own business, especially, and this here is going into collaboration with someone, working more closely with someone about this to make things happen, to make things a reality. This is much the case here. There is money here, good finance. There will be a steady finance. It will eventually grow. And in this sense, there is basically kind of the cat that's got the cream. Things will get better. Okay, things will get better. There will be finance, and more finance means, in a sense, more forms of freedom for you when it comes to work as well. Okay, you won't have to put up with the crap that someone at work is putting you through. Okay, now that was for some of you fire signs. Obviously, there's more than others, but it's the ones that need to hear this the most. Now, love. Let's have a look, see what's going on for love for you fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. What's going to go on for love and relationships in the week ahead? Okay, nice. Okay, so for the week ahead, fire signs. The Empress here is a form of coming into your own, the pride and self-love, not just within a relationship, but standing on its own in general for you is something that is good to be working on right now. You may already have it, but right now it's good to sort of bask in that, you know, swim about, mull it over a bit. Now, leaving something behind in the past. This, at the moment, being the spring, is the birth of something new, but the death of something old, the death of an old way. This is truly the beginning of this new year now, in that way. And therefore, these things here need to be left behind, okay? It's a good time, as far as relationships go, to leaving old patterns behind, leaving the past behind, and moving on. There is success here, success being assured almost in triumph, the return of something, okay, where there is passion, where there is also, I suppose there is also success in a form of endeavour when it comes to working on relationships. The Knight of Wands here is this in general, this kind of perseverance. The tools that you have, the tools that you have acquired, you can apply to a relationship, to work through them, to make better choices, I suppose, now. There may be forms of overwhelmment here, just in life in general, when it comes to relationships, finding time for relationships. However, there are the small things, and focusing on the small things in a relationship are very important right now, because these actually matter more, okay? Because it means that although there is not time, there is the quick stop in to check with each other in a relationship, okay? The Hierophant, keeping that balance. Both people may understand that balance is difficult to keep, but both are working towards the same end. Do not get bogged down in the overwhelming factors of things here, okay? They will pass just as quickly as they will come. The Hangman. The Hangman here is the inability to change certain things. Don't get caught up on this. Don't keep looking back at those things. Look ahead here, okay? Looking back is only going to create more distraction for what you need to do ahead, where you're going, okay, as far as love is concerned. Okay. there anything else? Let's look at any sort of messages from Spirit. Okay, so for someone out there who is watching this as an air sign, someone is giving me a strong message saying, look out for the ladybirds. Remember to look out for the ladybirds, or ladybugs, if you like. Okay, that's a woman saying it. Something to do with a garden in general, a very treasured thing that someone is asking, because there is this saying of like, ladybugs are me, that's my thing, that's how you know, and every time you see them you think of me, and because you think of me, I'm there. Okay, don't forget to stop and look for the ladybugs when you see the ladybugs. Okay, now there is reunion here, and this, in that sense, when it comes to it, is the reunion in forms of those who may have passed over and their connection to us. The decision, however, to move on is not the decision to forget, but the decision to stop mourning. It is not because of love. It is not because of the lack of love that you stop mourning. It is the lack of guilt now. It must pass. It is the natural order of things. The exploitation is the exploitation of the self. It is just a way of hurting the self due to the pains. Okay? Instead, nourish yourself. Take comfort in this thing, because these people are there. This person is there. This woman is there for you. She is there, and she is there with so much kindness and so much love and so much healing. Okay? Allow yourself to feel that. Don't be stuck in the sadness of their absence, because they are there still. All right? Now, I think that's everything, I feel. So, thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe if the reading resonates or you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.